Welcome to. That was a great job, Max. You actually saved me because I was about to say welcome to Flavor Town.
No, really?
Yeah, I just thought it would be cool, I guess.
Did you watch that show growing up?
Flavor Town?
No, what's the guy?
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives?
Yeah, is that what? Guy Fieri? Yes.
Yeah, he pronounces it Fieri.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
I used to watch that show. I loved that show.
Okay.
As a kid.
Okay.
It was because I would just watch it and get so hungry though.
Sure, dude. Yes. Well, we were watching Anthony Bourdain the other day, and I was getting hungry. New Orleans.
It was a little too much like.
It was dated. It was very post Katrina.
It was I'm so post Katrina.
Like I think the next week.
I mean, we're post Katrina.
True.
Wow. It was so Katrina though.
It was very. I mean, that was really the whole thing.
The whole base, but it would be really funny to go to New Orleans right after Katrina and be like, so tell me about these po' boys.
You're not open on Wednesdays. What happened?
I noticed it looks like shit around here. What's up with that?
Yeah, that does seem to be one of the best food towns in America, though.
Yeah, no, it looked. I mean, it's just fried.
Yeah, and French and South.
All the best foods.
All the best.
All the best foods. Butter.
That's the number one place I want to go to in America.
Yeah.
That I haven't been to.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
a good qualifier.
Yeah, yeah.
Because otherwise, it's like, huh?
Well, I mean, no, it's still up there. Like just to go. I feel like it's a great weekend. Like you go for like a couple days and then you.
For sure. As someone who doesn't drink,
right?
It's not on my list really like that. I bet it's
the
really
food's
cool.
money though.
The food is money, but there's food everywhere, and I actually think that's like one of the things I least like about going on vacation is spending money going out to eat for every meal.
Oh,
like
okay.
I like going out to eat, and it's like fun, but like I like a mix.
Sure.
I like having an Airbnb or something. And cooking at home, like that's what we did at the cabin, and that's like how I would love to do it.
But also, you can cook it up, like that is like. But you also, it's not like you worked for that skill, like you developed that skill.
Yeah.
You weren't like I'm just better at this.
Yeah, I wasn't born with it.
No, but you can cook it up. I agree with that in the idea that certainly like breakfast. Like I don't want to go out and get breakfast, you know.
Some beignets.
Yeah. But a lunch or a dinner is. It also totally depends. I feel like if you're traveling solo, or like with people, because if you're traveling, then it's good to get out. I feel like, but with people, it's more fun to like make breakfast, pack lunches, eat, go out for dinners.
Yes, exactly.
That's the system.
Make breakfast, pack lunches. Go out for dinner.
Wow,
that's a t-shirt.
That is an incredible t-shirt.
That's Sandwich Tuesday merch.
That
coming
is
your way,
because that is so accurate.
Yeah.
Make breakfast, pack lunches, go out for dinner.
Uh-huh.
Oh man,
that's my dream life, honestly.
Yeah, that's really.
If I could go out for every dinner and
pack a lunch,
make a breakfast.
Things are going according to plan.
I mean, like, it's true though. The job I work, it is too early to make breakfast.
Yeah, and
I make my lunch the day before.
Yeah, you do, and your lunch is also kind of breakfast.
It is. It is. It's freaking overnight oats and
at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
I've worked that gig.
No, it's true. Today. I actually had a late lunch, 11 a.m.
What time did you start?
6.
That might be the.
I came back with 2 hours left. It was nice.
I think I had that in around 3 years there. I think I had that maybe once. That is not a common occurrence.
No, it ended up working out pretty good. But it's not as my last job when I was working at the butcher shop.
Right. That
was tight because I could choose my lunch whenever I wanted, and I would always make it so I came back with 1 hour left.
Yeah, that's the move.
And my boss would be like, he would keep telling, you can't do that. Like, you got to have. And I'd be like, okay, but I would just every single day I would do it. And he was like, luckily we were chill enough.
Sure.
But he Yeah, it was that was awesome because I would just I would eat lunch, I would come back and I would clean for an hour and then I'd go home. It was amazing.
Why would you not take that? That was probably the only thing. I was never like a real like, hey, can I work this? Can I work? But if they gave me an early lunch, I was like, I gotta talk to someone about that. I was like, I'm not coming back to more than half my shift.
Exactly.
That's horrible.
Oh, working is the worst.
I was gonna tell you this. Speaking of cooked, this is I mean, because again, you can cook it. I fried an egg for I think the first time today.
Dude, what?
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
I made 2 of them. 1 for 2.
Holy shit.
1 for 2.
So you fried 2 eggs one day.
Yep. Yeah. I had leftover mushrooms.
You were radiating when I
was really proud of that egg.
Yeah.
I was actually
mushrooms.
I had mushrooms and avocado, and then egg. Well, here's the thing: when you I bought those 4 ripe eggs at Trader Joe's because the options they have like the ready like in a bag. Like the 4 mini ones in a bag that are like it's literally totally ripe avocados is what they're called.
Oh, I thought we were talking eggs.
No. Well, this was.
I hope they're ripe.
This is the this is the whole meal. But because when you buy Trader Joe's avocados, I don't know if this is another, but certainly you have 2 options. Either they need to be consumed that minute, or they're baseballs.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
It's true. It's true.
There is no like, oh, this will be good tomorrow.
No, and those totally ripe ones, they are like, and I'm putting them out. I'm like, these needed to be guacamole yesterday.
And the other ones, you're like, this is a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. It's a softball.
What I was at one that the East Village. I wasn't even worried. This guy came up to me. He was like, just feel this. Like just this other guy was like, this is insane. It was hard as he's like, I could hurt someone. But anyway,
I mean, yeah, when something's so ridiculous, you need to get another bro in on it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyway, so I had those this is how much I've never fried it because the first one I cracked into a bowl and then I didn't clack it cream.
You didn't? You telling me you didn't clack and cream it?
I can't believe I'm trying to professionally talk.
I'd never make an avocado without clacking and creaming it.
I didn't clack it and cream it. It's chef's words. You want to understand? Yeah. I didn't crack it clean. That's what I was trying to get out of the mouth. I didn't crack it. I didn't clack it and cream. I didn't crack it clean, and so there was shell in there. It was all mixed up. So that was my practice egg. So then I did that, and that was my first ever egg flip. And then but at that point it wasn't going to be pristine. So I put that on my totally ripe avocado.
Yeah,
and then I have my second shot, and this one I clack it clean. And,
no way.
Yeah, and I put
you
have to, and I put it on, and it's just, and I'm waiting for my moment because it's like, and I'm like, if I flip this, I will have successfully made an easy over, and I've never done such. Also, I don't have pepper, so I just put salt in it. But anyway, I get there, I get to the egg, and I successfully flip it, and I swear to God, I went in the kitchen by myself at the age of 26. I went, yes.
Hell yeah.
And then I put it on my plate, and I cracked it, and the yolk ran. I was like, does anyone see this? Because my whole life, anytime I've ever made eggs, it's always been scrambled. Because I was like, I don't know how. Who am I to think I could do that?
Yeah, no, it's true.
I feared the flip.
No, yeah, that's another T-shirt. Fear the flip. Fear the flip.
And today, I don't know what it was about today, but I was like, I'm gonna conquer that.
You woke up and you knew it.
Yeah,
you woke up like a beast.
I did, and I'm telling you, I'll tell you this. I got about 5 more eggs. There's gonna be some flipping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
longer do you fear.
No, I mean I do. I mean it was not a clean flip, and I'll get better.
You will.
I'll get better.
It's I mean I remember the first time I made like a good fried egg with the poppable yolk and everything. I was like, so I almost went on Instagram Live. I was like, this is...
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
It is so, like, sad. Yeah, and it ran, I was like... And then over mushrooms, I was like, what is happening?
You cut those yourself.
Dude. Mm-hmm. No, they were pre-sliced.
Oh, well.
But they were cooked. I cooked
them yourself.
I cooked them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time, I went out with a group of friends in high school,
Sick.
and stage crew. And we were at this like Mel's Diner. That's what it was. It was like this like I don't know diner, but I ordered the mushroom burger, expecting a burger with mushrooms. And then I just got a burger bun with the biggest portobello you've ever seen.
Oh my god!
I was supremely pumped, and everyone's like, "Why did you order that?" I was like, "I didn't even know this existed."
It's wrong to classify this as a burger.
Yeah, this is a mushroom sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they don't even have the decency. It's just they took the fucking stem off, and then they threw that thing on the griddle.
No, it was not. And it was also, I'm sure, like $20. Like it was something ridiculous. Do you have a favorite? Because you started to learn how to cook over COVID.
Yeah.
Do you have a meal that
That's where I really fell into my own.
Yeah, I mean that's a good use of COVID though. That is a good because
I did COVID right.
You did do COVID. Yeah, I was thinking back on my COVID. I'm glad. I think both of us use that time wise. You know, I was definitely not in a great headspace, but it was like I'm glad I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Why would you say what made your COVID go so good?
I learned how to cook.
Yeah.
I had a crazy breakup, mind shattering.
That's where we were both at.
Moved to Jacksonville type of where you're so fucked up off a breakup, you moved to Jacksonville, Florida. You're like you are. I was like distraught. That's why I became a butcher. I was like, I have nothing. I'm not. I like.
This will show her.
You're just running through every scenario that you did wrong and everything's wrong with you. And I'm like, I don't have a skill. That's my problem. She wished I had a skill. I think we'd still be together
trade.
And
well, in your head, in the back of your head, are you like I want to do stand up? Like
yeah, that was actually like a fight we would get into a lot. Was like I would like just be like. Really, I would blame me not pursuing stand up on her kind of in my head, but it was really all me. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I want to move to New York, and like she would never move to New York, like, and whatever else, and I just would be like, there'd be so many times I would question whether I should like break up with her to like do stand up and whatnot, and then
she made the decision for you.
Eventually, she was like, I believe in you.
Oh, you're really gonna do something?
So thanks to her, I'm living here. I'm waking up with ants in my bed.
Oh my god, there's so many ants.
We're being overrun
in this like right now. I mean, I'm surprised I don't have one on me.
No, that piece of lint I thought was an ant for a second.
Oh, dude, it throws me every time. I mean, we'll keep talking, but I'll clock one. If we talk for any amount of time, the trick is there are also a lot of under the covers.
Oh yeah,
situation.
they're cozy.
Ladies, it is a tough. I mean, that is something I've tried. I thought about writing a bit of. I've not only thought about, tried and failed. Yeah. But part of me is like, it'd be cool if women came to my place after the show. Yeah. I don't want to just be like, so my bed's filled with ants.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I was talking to a coworker today, and he was asking me, he's like, "What's your line when you like bring a girl back to your place?" And I was like, "Sorry about the ants." That is what they're in the shower.
They're in the restroom.
That's like
in the kit. They're ever. There's no room here that doesn't have ants.
Yeah. No, when my lady first started sleeping over, I would be like, I'm like, let me go turn the shower on for you, and I would just be like, shh. Taking the water and transferring it to get them all down the drain.
She's like, did you shower before?
Yeah, why are the walls wet?
But also, kudos to you for being a gentleman. Like, that is very... That's good boyfriend stuff.
I'm not sending my princess in there with the animals.
No, the other creature.
No. She's the only creature that's in the shower.
That is... Well, that was Joe recently came back, and I told him, I was like, David deep cleaned the entire top half of this apartment. And he was like, oh, awesome. Why? And I was like, because it's disgusting.
the fact he had to have locks.
It's not any deeper than that.
It was like I was like worried he was gonna come back and be like, "Where's my gunk?"
Exactly. Because it's really gross.
It's so gross.
It's nothing more or nothing less than that.
Yeah, it was, and I just snapped one day, and I was on a period of not using the internet recreationally, and so I needed something to do, and I'm actually back on that. I'm actually doing it. My friend Joseph.
Back on not being on the internet.
Yeah, I'm back on being off. I'm back on off
for sure.
Internet, because my friend Joseph, it was his birthday the other day. Shout out Joe. You know,
happy birthday from the Sandwich Tuesday crew.
Seriously, our most consistent listener. Our most loyal.
Yeah. That's more valuable than consistency. You can be consistently unloyal.
I want you to, like, if someone talks shit about us, defend us with your life.
Yes.
But Joey, it was his birthday the other day, and he told me he's doing a challenge called 75 Hard. Have you heard of it?
No.
Well, I'm doing it, and I'll tell you about it.
Tell me.
75 days. Being hard. No junk food.
Wow.
No internet. No porn.
Okay.
Working. He's working out twice a day. I'm not going to be doing that.
That's too hard.
No, that's too hard. But I will go on a walk every day around McCarran. That's doing that. Now here's some stuff he didn't add. Oh, he had 10 pages a day of a book. Not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm too busy. Those pages I'm going to write. I'm going to write for an hour a day.
Sure.
I'm going to meditate.
Adjust the hard to you.
Huh?
Adjust the hard for your needs.
Yeah, you got to exactly. There's not unlimited time in the day. Sure, I'd love to read 10 pages.
Yeah.
And
all right, nerd.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'm going to write. I'm going to edit. I'm going to blah, blah. I'm basically, for 75 days, I'm going to become a superhuman.
Okay. And then day 76, I get my David back.
You get me back.
Okay.
Day 76, I'll eat a junk food.
Okay, you'll eat a junk. What do you think is going to be the hardest one?
That's going to be pretty tough. No, I think, just keeping up doing it, because that's the other thing. My goal also is to do stand-up every day for 75 days. Not miss a day.
Okay.
That's the goal. That's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah. That sounds... There's nothing I love more on earth, and that sounds horrible.
That's it, but hey, 75 hard, baby.
75 hard.
I'm inspired by Joseph. I was like, fuck it, I need to change my life around.
Sure.
This is day 3 of attempting day 1.
Got it.
Day 1 was supposed to happen 2 days ago.
Yeah, but here we are.
This is day 1.
Got it. This is It's very funny. This is day 3 of trying to do day 1.
Yeah. This is my third attempt at day 1.
Understood.
Day 1 song.
Okay. Ooh.
You know him?
No.
Oh.
Who is? Oh, I thought we were just making
speaking Chinese.
I was trying to just keep up. Who's Daewon?
He's actually a Korean, I'm guessing by the last name. Skateboarder, Daewon Song.
Oh, is Song Korean?
Song, yeah, Song's Korean.
You're good in my eyes, man. I don't know why you're doing all this hard stuff. You know what it's about.
I know what's up. Give me a last name. A real last name.
Perez.
That's fucking Spanish.
But which one? You went specific with Korea. Where's Perez?
The Perez is multi. It's in many countries.
Give me a couple.
Give me another last name. And I swear to God, if you go Gonzalez, I'm going to be pissed off.
I mean, you didn't know the direction I was going.
Yeah.
O'Brien?
Irish.
You got it all figured out.
Yeah. No, I know what's up.
I was going to say Dominguez.
That's I would honestly say Dominican, because
that would make sense, because it sounds like Dominican.
Yeah, Dominguez.
One more. Ibrahimovic.
That's some type of Polak. No, it's okay. Ibrahimovic. The Vich, it's like Eastern European. I'm gonna guess it's fucking Czech.
I think it's Russian. I think it's I mean, I'm talking to the expert, but in my head, when I learned Russian, like the Ivich is like son of.
Oh.
Like Ivan Ivanovich is Ivan, son of Ivan.
Yeah.
Which is a name that comes up in that area.
Well,
yeah.
In Iceland, all their names are like that as well. But because like in Russian, obviously because of what you're saying that it's like son of whatever, the girl's brother and sister have different last names because whatever. Like I had let's say the last one, a boy's name is Shlakov. The the sister will be Shlakova.
I can't believe that was you. Sure. Let's say the boy's name is Shlako.
Well, it's actually that was a real kid's last name that I grew up with.
No way. What a pull.
Yeah. But oh man, it sucks because I want to tell a funny story about his first name, but now I can't because I did the last name. But anyway, in Iceland,
yeah,
it's the same thing except so if your dad's name is Tom, you go, I'm like
Jake.
I'm David Thompson.
Oh, okay.
Thompson.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
And then with, I mean, his first name's probably not Jake actually, but it's for Iceland it's Tom's Dottir, Dottir. So every Icelandic last name ends in son or Dottir like that, and then it's their dad's name. It's patrilineal.
As it should be. I think I'm a big fan of keeping this going.
Dudes.
I was in Iceland with my brother 2 years ago, and I think I look kind of Icelandic because there would be parts when people would talk to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looks like I could fish.
I kind of see Swedish for you.
Okay.
It looks like I could fish.
I get a lot of. You get Swedish. I get Asian a lot. But like those Russian, like where the area of like Russia and China kind of bleed.
Yeah.
I think that's my homeland.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what I am.
No, you are. You're like a little
Eurasia. I'm Eurasian.
You're what? Oh man, I don't even know what it is.
But I think that's my. One time, when I was in Iceland with my brother, we were driving around, and our first ever full day, like we were driving around the whole country, and our first day, my brother, I swear to you, had hiccups for like 36 hours. Like he just could not stop hiccup. Like we were looking, and he was like, we got to a point where he's like, dude, you're gonna have to, like, if this doesn't stop, like, you're gonna have to take me to a hospital. And I was like, I get that, but you do know we're in Iceland. I was like, I don't.
Google the health insurance policy.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know how.
Is it free health care?
Do you know how to say hiccup in Iceland?
Yeah. You kind of had a hiccup there.
I don't. I'm a storyteller.
You are?
I'm a storyteller.
Natural born.
I'm just sitting in some Icelandic like hospital, just like the whole country's in the middle of nowhere, but just even more in the middle of nowhere, just sitting in the room being like, wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Beautiful town. Beautiful. Me and my brother were in a van together for just me and him, closer than you and I. Like it was like a tight van it was like 12 or 14 days. And the other thing is, like, it was really cold. Believe it or not, it's cold in Iceland. It was, like, cold and rainy. So we were probably that far away from each other, and we slept in the van like it was that probably about 23 out of 24 hours a day for like 12, 14 days. It's so impressive we did not murder each other.
That's a lot of games of 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
No, it's there was a lot of tunes, a lot of J. Cole, a lot of Cole, Metro booming. I remember just that's a joyous memory of mine. In the middle of like nowhere, just Metro booming through Iceland.
Awesome mall.
Who do you think would be the best candidate for you to have that 12 days, Iceland, 23 hours within 3 feet of them?
Oh geez, I don't know. Probably
brother, father, lady,
certain.
me.
You really threw you in there?
Yeah, I'd be hurt if I'm not in the
You're in the running.
I would not. But I'm saying people in the running. Corbin,
Definitely
Joseph.
Definitely not my brother. I mean, maybe my dad. Honestly,
Yeah.
my dad. I could see us doing pretty well. My dad's a chill guy, and he knows what's up. And I mean, although the first time we ever visited New York, because like I was gonna say he would probably take the lead, but he was taking the lead in New York a bit, and I didn't quite agree with some of his methods. Like we'd be like,
In his defense, it seems like it was the greatest trip of all time.
it was the greatest trip of all time. It was amazing. But we'd be like using Google Maps for directions on his phone.
Sure.
And then he'd be like asking a homeless guy, like, "Excuse me, which way is Fifth Avenue?" Like asking him like that. I'm like, "Dad, the phone knows more than him."
And even if it doesn't,
He doesn't know what country we're in right now. He's like waking him up. He's asleep standing up, Dad. Don't wake him up.
yeah. Oh, that's a bad ask.
Yeah.
That's a bad. But that is the greatest. That is embarrassing. Your brother wasn't there, right?
No.
It was just the two of you. That's very
just
sweet.
the two of us. It was pretty sweet. I think I could have rocked that with my dad.
I think. Was that your only father-son trip?
I went with him on a business trip one time to Cincinnati.
That's right. Not Afraid.
No.
That wasn't Not Afraid.
No, yeah, we were like, no, I wasn't there for nothing.
Oh, I forget. You've told me. Not even for the sake of the pod. I truly don't remember this Cincinnati story.
It's not much of a story.
You're telling me there's not much of a story from Cincinnati?
No, dude, I didn't get into much. My dad was like, I don't even know. He just asked me, "Do you want to go to Cincy?"
The Sin City?
Yeah. And I was like, "Sure." And then I like didn't have a car, and I just was
How
like,
old are you?
I was like 17.
Okay, so you're not. This isn't young David. Like,
This is young David.
but this isn't like little kid day. Like,
No.
I get to go travel with my pot. Like you.
I like don't know why. Like I think I just wanted to go somewhere, and
Sure.
it was like not. I was just like walking around the within the hotel. And the thing I didn't know, Cincinnati is so close to Kentucky.
Okay.
Like that I was walking around, and then I was like, oh, I went to like this aquarium, and then I went through the whole aquarium, and I got to the end, and I was looking at the gift shop, and it was like Newport, Kentucky Aquarium. I'm like, I walked to Kentucky?
That's beautiful.
That was like cool, I guess.
So you've been to Kentucky.
I've been to Kentucky and to Cincinnati. And we ended up going to Indianapolis. Oh, well, I went to the Cincinnati Zoo where Harambe was slain after post Harambe.
Pretty post? Like how Katrina?
With less than a year.
Oh, so it was pretty Anthony Bourdain, Katrina.
The energy was like he was still, his presence was still felt.
Okay. Was there a big old memorial where his
there was a statue of a gorilla, but I don't think it was Harambe.
That's probably there prior. Can you imagine they just changed the nameplate? They're like, no one will know.
Yeah, just ding, 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 ding.
Wait, what was that? Did a baby crawl in?
A little boy fell in, and then Harambe, the gorilla,
Right, not the boy.
no, grabbed the boy by the leg, and he had him. He was, and like that's the thing. It's funny because people were like, why did they have to shoot him? But then you watch the footage of it, and Harambe's like full on galloping with the boy in his like, he's got him by the ankle, and the kid's just being dragged, and he's like, running around. Like, he was going to kill that kid.
Right.
And if you have to go between a human baby and a gorilla,
from a PR standpoint,
yeah, you're killing the gorilla.
Yeah. And that's what they did.
And they did it. It was a perfect shot.
Yeah.
They had like the damn American sniper come and pick him off.
Do you think? Wait, do they have one like on staff?
A gorilla sniper?
Yeah.
At the zoo.
That
would be a pretty tight job, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're about.
You're just like you come into work early and start training, and there's just like the big paper sheets of gorillas.
There's just a crow's nest in the middle of this. There's just one guy.
One guy up there.
This is what, because there's no way he's only gorillas, but there is probably. I guess, is the animal sniper like, is that a zoo job? Like one guy,
definitely.
Well, there's probably two because weekends.
True, you can't work. Yeah, there's a part-time guy.
Yeah, there's a part-time and there's a full-time.
And there's a full-time guy, and then like, well, like here's the thing, because let's say you get a radio call and it's, we got a kid in the lion cage. He's got to be dispatched, but then. And the anaconda's got another kid. Like you probably should have at least two guys.
But that's tough for budgeting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's kid in the lion cage. Well, you actually went to the zoo recently. I haven't been to the zoo in God knows. Yeah, how'd you feel? How did it feel? Sad? Did it feel fun?
Clearly, you didn't listen to the episode with me and Anna.
I did not.
No, it's clear.
It's clear.
Yeah, no, that zoo was cool. What I was saying about is that the zoo was actually, in terms of animal behavior, best zoo I've ever been to. These animals knew what the fuck was going on.
Oh, they put on a show.
They did. It was like there was a guy with a clipboard being like, "Okay, go." They're coming around the corner. Go! Like that's what it felt like. There were two rams that like locked horns.
Oh, they rammed.
They rammed. They did it.
When an animal does its thing, like its name thing.
I
don't know what's another one of those, but that's good.
Yeah. What is another one?
When an otter swim? No.
Yeah. Well, there was when we went to the seal part. There was a hole in the fucking aquarium, and the seal
There was a hole. What do you mean?
Like there was a hole in the tank, and water was spilling out of it.
Oh,
and then the seal went up to it and just sealed it.
The seal sealed?
Yeah.
That's two. Wait, actually?
No. I was doing your thing.
Oh, I thought I guess I'm gullible is what I'm found out today.
It actually says that on your ceiling.
I was this close to looking up. I was truthfully
that would have been a top 10 pod moment of all time.
I've been like it does.
You're just like trying to look off the reflection of the recorder.
No, but I had to play it authentic. I don't put on anything from the camera.
No, authentic Max fine.
Authentic. Did I tell you? I told you that I was talking to Todd Barry. He's a friend of the show.
Yeah. Talking to Todd. Was H there?
H and Todd.
Yeah. Foley.
And
Irish.
Yeah, because I'm kind of a. If you don't know this about stand-up comedy, the Czechs guy is kind of he's the locker room guy. He's a presence.
Yeah.
So much so that they were literally having a conversation outside of the room I was sitting in. Like I started talking and everyone shifted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Because they're just like, you're a scrub. You're scrubby. Yeah. And this
was after the name.
Yeah, this is how it started. And I get it. It didn't seem like anyone knew how to carry it on, but they seemed like they were having a great conversation in the doorway.
This is next time. Just stay silent and take it all in,
dude. Yeah, but it's awkward because it's such a small room. Like there's been a handful of times where like Norman's in there and a nice guy, but it's like I introduce, like I clearly we know who you are, but you have to be like, hey Max, and then you're just kind of sitting there like. You're just trying so hard to not
Yeah.
biff it and not be weird. But like also sitting in utter silence in a room of comics is weird.
I do it all the time.
I guess you play it better than I do.
No, I mean it's just you play it better than I do is the thing.
But anyway, I was with Todd, and I was like, "My name's Max Fine." There's another comic, named Max Fine. He was like, the first thing he's like, "Oh, you gotta change your name," and I was like, "Okay, yeah." I loved your book. And then I was like, "Yeah, but Max Fine's such a great name." And he's like, "Oh, so you think your own name's great?" I was like, I should have left this in the stairwell.
No, you got buried.
I got buried. It was very funny. It was kind of not like a nightmare. I mean, Todd Barry's not filling my nightmare, but it was very like, can you imagine just waking up in a cold sweat?
Todd!
But it was very...
several appearances on Louis.
But it was very like, all right, we're just going to ask, how's your day going?
Yeah. Well, if I were you, I would have gone, well, not as good as Todd.
Yeah, man, that's
what
why...
a Todd way to behave, though. He really behaves like a Todd.
Well, dude, next time this happens, next time I see one, we're going to get one of those spy things, you get an earpiece.
You're going to get your ear pierced.
Get my ear pierced, and then we're going to go do the show.
Like a spy. Next time, like a spy, I'm going to get my ear pierced. And then we're going to see what Todd has to say about that.
Do you think I'd look better hoop or diamond?
Diamond, bro. Hoop. I would not be friends with you if you got hoop.
Not if it was a tight little silver?
Okay, now we're talking Woody Harrelson hoop.
That's the only acceptable hoop.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, you think I'm going...
You can't pull it off. Maybe if you need to be a little more jacked, and you're pretty jacked already, but a little bit more.
Hoop jacked is
and you
insane.
need to. You only get the hoop if you decide to go bald.
Yeah.
If you don't nip that in the bud, if you decide to go bald, that's when you get the hoop. You can't have hair in the hoop.
No, because it's a tight little silver.
Yeah, you'd look pretty gay.
Yeah. But what about? So we got to go diamond stud.
You're a stud.
Yeah, dude, diamond stud.
Diamond
stud is kind of a good name.
That's a good porn star name.
Yeah,
I'm diamond
which
stud.
you won't see for another 74 days.
Yep. If all goes well tonight.
Put up the porn counter days.
If all goes well.
Days without porn.
It's not even like I was a porn fiend, but it just was like that felt like a good thing to add.
Sure, yeah, throw that on the pile.
Fuck it.
No.
Because once you start, you look for an outlet.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like, I can't watch YouTube. I guess I'll just crank it.
Well, also, yeah, I mean, that also goes under the... Because, Also, I mean, I think you should be able to have porn, but it just... If you can't have the internet, you gotta go buy some magazines again.
Exactly.
That's acceptable if you're needing it.
It's true. And because what's funny is back when I was saying no because it's recreational internet.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And
right.
Back when I was saying no recreational internet, I was still watching porn because I was like treating it like it was like medicinal. I'm like, well,
this is a necessary.
This is like, I'm not gonna what am I gonna do?
Right.
I gotta go to bed.
Think about me.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what I'll do. If you make it all 75 and you're straight up honest, I'll buy you a paperback. I'll buy you an old Playboy or something. Or a new Playboy.
Okay. Wait, at the end of my 75?
Yeah.
I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, but it'll be nice for we'll frame it or something.
Yeah. Okay.
That's honestly
I'll read the jokes.
Dude, those are funny.
Yeah.
Those are funny.
Dude, I was talking to somebody at a Zach Durad?
Yes.
I was talking to him at a mic the other day.
Great mustache.
Yeah. And a good head of hair, too.
Yeah.
And a good head on his shoulders.
Because I was slow on saying I knew him, and I wanted to show confirmation that I did.
Yeah,
and I thought it was a great mustache.
You weren't that slow.
No, but shout out to Zach Durant.
Shouts out to you, bro.
Mm-hmm. You playing with fire over there?
He was telling me. He was telling me that about your street joke that you wrote, and he was like, I think about that every day. That's the funny. I've told everybody that.
No way, dude. That's a damn. That's something I totally wrote off. I've never done that on a show.
Bring it back.
I've never. Wow.
I'll tell you what, if Zach Durant's in the audience, you do that joke.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, you know what? I know what they're hearing at Flophouse today.
Hell yeah!
I know what they're. I haven't done that.
That'll be there too.
That would have been my pick too. Oh wow! It comes like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Dude. Thank you.
Yeah. How was the Giants game the other day?
Oh, it was fun, man. It was fun. You're sober. I hadn't drank in like a month, and so that was. And actually, if you see over there, I bought 8. I thought 8 shots of Jose Cuervo, 8 nips. There was 2 of us. I'm not full, but I didn't. I thought there were only 1 shot in there. He was telling me it's 2 shots per.
That's a good deal.
Do you know, it was also only like $1.60 or whatever.
I don't know.
So anyway,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Think of how much they charge at fucking bars.
No, exactly. Like it was. So anyway, yeah, it was a great deal. So I put 4 of them in each sock, and that's how I get them in case you want to be a bad boy like me.
Yeah.
But I hadn't.
You are a bad boy.
I am a bad boy.
You thought you were goody two shoes, but you're sneaking in hose.
Well, I am a good. That is kind of the baddest
you're
thing.
You're smuggling.
I'm smuggling. That's a great word for that, because I am a smuggler.
Yeah, you're a smuggler.
I'm not. How the mighty have
snuck
fallen.
Jose through the border.
Well, this is basically running a bit by you, but this is something I've talked about. Is as a little kid, I was I'm not a troublemaker, and to the point where I was hanging out with a bunch of friends, and they all got timeouts, and I asked my mom if I could get a timeout too. Like that was the type of vibe I was. And this is what I was thinking about today when I was having my genius. It's because my mom tells that story is like, oh, what a sweet kid you were.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, I'm like, wow, I really had nothing going on.
Yeah.
Like if to the point, like that's the most imaginative I'll ever be. And I was like, you know what? I can't kill 15 minutes.
No. Yeah. I'll just do nothing with that.
Just send me to my room. But I've turned into that's kind of funny. That might be a joke coming to you at some point.
You out there.
But now I'm smuggling. And
you're a smuggler.
And I was taking. That is one of the few rules I break.
Yeah.
I bring alcohol into sporting events and food into movie theaters.
Yeah.
That's how
you're a smuggler.
I'll bring weed on planes.
You're smuggle.
I smuggle. I guess I am a smuggler.
Yeah, you are. Holy shit, man. We thought you were a good boy.
I guess that's my crime of choice.
Yeah, you like to smuggle.
I don't steal. I take things in rather than take them out.
You need something somewhere where it's not supposed to be, we call you.
Yeah, dude. Well, you call me in my socks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's always in the socks.
Yeah, dry fits.
Yeah, dude. Even in the theaters, I'm like candy's down. But anyway, I drank for the first time in like a month, and I had 2 of those Cuervos and a tall boy of beer, and it was raining, and that's all I really remember about the game.
Yeah,
because that did it for me.
I just got drunk.
I got drunk, and we talked nonsense, and then it got really cold, and then we're like, this, and the Giants. I've seen the Giants play in New York around 5 times, and I've seen them lose 5 times. One of the toughest. This is funny now. Was we had my dad had passed maybe like 2. Actually, it's about to be the anniversary of that this week. It's for all who celebrate. And but it was like 2 weeks after, and the morale was a little low, and the Giants were playing my dad and I and my brother, we all bonded so much over baseball, and the Giants were playing them, and it was a doubleheader, and we went to it, Joe and I and some friends, and we got spanked so hard both games back to back. It was so funny.
There were no angels in that outfield.
None. They were like, no, this is a professional sport. No one gives a I know you need this, but you know who also needed this? The Mets.
Yeah. They're trying to clinch.
And true to form, I've never seen the Giants win in New York. I have seen them lose, and they made no exceptions. But we left at like the bottom of the 8th because we were down 8-4. But it was nice to drink. But I did not. I went to bed at 7 p.m. Like, I was so down for. And the crappy thing is I went to bed at 7, and because of that, I woke up at like 9 or 10, and then so I was then hungover at 10 p.m.
Oh, that's the worst.
And then I just now I'm just hungover, and then I couldn't go back to bed till like 1 a.m. and I was just hungover for.
You got to crush a Pedialyte before bed when you drink.
Yeah, dude. I had that would have been wise.
Uh-huh.
I was not wise.
Yeah.
I was not wise, but it was. Yeah, I went. Drunk bed, hungover bed.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and I was all right.
Good.
But it was
you got it out of the way.
But that is a joyous. I'm glad baseball is back. They are the most fun games to attend.
Yes.
They're the most low stakes, the least expensive, fun.
Yeah.
And you can get the group together.
Yes. That would be nice. I would love to get drunk at a baseball game. That sounds so fun.
Well, we can
just freaking crush cigarettes and
well, that's the other thing is
jack off in the bathroom.
Dude, day 76.
Day 76, I'm going off. After my...
Well, that's the other thing is if you get high enough, like high up in the seats, like I've smoked up. Like no one cares. You're with the flags.
Yeah, it's true. Blowing in the wind, baby.
Yeah, there's no one that's like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Put a J in the sock.
Yeah. Giant.
Yeah, man.
It's a scary mascot.
Well, it's a scary name. Our mascot is Lucille.
Oh, yeah. It's a scary representative.
Yes.
Why isn't it George the Giant? That's what it should be.
That's better. I agree with you on this one. What was it? What sucks about you is you are a Houston Astros fan.
Yeah, through my dad.
Which sucks. I hate. Everyone hates them.
Yeah, but you
rightfully.
But like the thing is, okay, not rightfully. It makes sense, but it's not rightfully. Right. Because guess what? Because what you're gonna say? Because of the cheating thing?
No, because of their colors. Yeah, the cheating.
Guess what? They were not the only ones doing that. They took the hit for all of MLB because it would have been a way bigger scandal.
You're sounding a lot like an Astros fan.
I'm just saying it's the truth. I'm just saying it's the truth.
It's
like
the
it
lies.
would, like if you think they're the only ones doing that, then you're simply a retard, my dear Watson. It's
so this is what gets. So we got under your skin. So this is
and you got to think before they were good.
They were getting perfect gamed by Matt Cain. Shout out to the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
we can go 12.
No one had any problem with me being an Astros fan.
Yeah.
And the thing is, here's the thing. After the cheating allegations, we still after the cheating.
correct allegations.
After the alleged
and confirmed
cheating, we still won a World Series.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
No, well,
once a cheater, always.
Okay, but I guarantee.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
I guarantee the Giants were cheating too.
I don't. They're a wholesome club by Lucille, with authentic players.
They're
from
at least
a good
cheating
town.
on their wives.
That's fine. It's the field I care about. Be weird if they weren't.
It's true. They make buco bucks.
Buku bucks. Well, what sport do you think they cheat on their wives the most?
Football.
Really?
No, basketball.
I was thinking basketball. The stories I hear about. Because football, I don't. I think I was talking to Eric about the thing about a lot of professional athletes, they don't is you get, you're but you're treated like a kid. Like everything is accounted for type of thing.
Yeah.
It seems like that's the most true in football. It's you're with the practices all week. You guys are all in the same hotel. It seems like it's so the coaches are your parents.
Yeah.
And you're together training camp. You stay in these hotels all day. It does seem like that's the hardest one.
And
to sneak out. You sneaking out as a grown man.
Every week, one of the players' parents have to bring Gatorades.
Yeah, dude, it does have that, and also every week you're you're preparing for war. That's the cover. That's the energy of football, though. It's you're just you're preparing for battle. Whereas Baseball and basketball is more like one day at a time, fellas.
Yeah.
And then they go to the clubs, and the basketball players are cooler than baseball players. That's why I think they get more.
Well, yeah. I mean, did you watch the Last Dance during COVID? No.
No.
Oh, well, in that when they get to the Dennis Rodman was like in the heat of like the Chicago Bulls being like amazing. Like they're like, "Where's Rodman?" Oh, he's in North Korea. Like that's how much you could fuck off. He could go, and he'd be like, "I don't know if I'm going to the game." They're like, "Please, Dennis."
Really value. I mean, that is. We're talking about this. That's how you know. Well, I mean, I don't think that happens at all for anyone now. But that is how you know how good you are. Like in comedy, like the idea that like a comic can be a dick.
Yeah.
If he is that funny.
Yeah.
You can be in North Korea if you are that good at rebounding.
For sure. His episode was my favorite of that thing. You didn't watch it, so we won't talk about it, but his episode was awesome.
We also must have hit 30. We've done well.
Oh yeah, no, we're at 50.
We're at 50. I mean, this has been I think this is going to be the reviews are in. I think this is in general a quality one.
It's pretty good. I mean, was it hilarious? No. Was it
Have they ever been?
No. But solid interesting. We weren't like, what are we gonna?
No.
Like, almost every episode we end it with being like, what do you think of that one? Like that.
No, we review them at the end.
Yeah, most people save it for after the audio's off, but we're like,
we might as well put this in,
and we want the audience to know we know it's not great,
but we're talking about it, and I feel more optimistic about this one than ever.
We're perfecting our. Oh,
I have a big. We have a big announcement.
We do.
We have a big going to a goblin.
Oh yeah. Okay.
To all our listeners, the first show of the year,
June 5th.
June 5th.
Come out. It's a live comedy show that Max started, and I hopped on to help co-produce it.
And it's gonna be the best ever. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thursday, June 5th.
Yep.
It's
Tell your mom.
Tell your mom,
especially if she's hot.
You know what? I fully agree with that. Yeah, not your ugly mom.
No. If your mom is ugly, don't even tell her.
Don't even let her know.
Yeah, we don't want her there. She's going to get roasted.
She's going to get flamed.
Whose ugly ass mom is that? That's me. That's my stage presence, by the way.
That's it. I think that's a bigger announcement. You know, that's our...
Pretty good.
And here's the thing. Anyone that gets to the end of this and is in town will go to that.
Yes,
100%. That is.
You're a massive fan.
if you've gotten to the end of this and you're in town.
And you hear us being like, that episode is pretty good, and you're still listening, like, what, maybe there.
Yeah.
I do have one more little piece of juice, though.
Tell me your juice.
Because I just wanted to, like, I was just thinking about
it.
this, like, if you had to have sex with an animal. The zoo stuff had me thinking about this.
I hope so. I was just thinking, I have a little more juice.
Yeah.
Hit it, baby.
Which animal would you give your juice?
Oh, there's
to?
no other part of that. You have to have sex with an animal. Which
animal?
one?
Yeah.
And it would be successful.
Like you
like
both come.
It's great. To me, it was like I wouldn't get hurt.
Oh.
That's a big thing if I answer lion.
Well, this is all factors into it, but yeah, like
God, was she satisfied?
Yeah.
It's also my dumb brain is like, what if there's a child and I would love a lion, Max?
Oh my God, that would be,
dude.
Raptor boy, Rush. He could go to Hybrid High.
Hybrid, that's the origin story. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll go with lion.
Okay. Why? Because that does seem extremely dangerous.
They all do.
Not all of them. I have a good one.
Okay, let me hear yours.
Dolphin.
That's you'll drown.
They're all oiled up. No, I'm gonna take her out and like we'll be on the beach.
Nah, dude, she's gonna crash.
No, it's consensual.
Oh, then it's definitely Lion.
Why?
Man versus Beast.
What kind of moves are you gonna be pulling on the Lion?
I mean, you don't want to get fancy then. Doggy, Lion-y?
Lion. Okay.
Yeah, probably. That's classic.
That's good. Yeah.
That's
the way.
yeah. I think that's
You'd be pulling on its mane.
if it liked it. Yeah. I think
So it's a
actually
dude lion.
regardless. Probably. What?
So it's a dude lion.
Oh, those are the main ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you set me up there.
That's where I was trying to lead you down. I'm like, what are you gonna do with it?
I mean, you set me up. I mean, you wanted me to do. Yeah, man. That can you imagine having sex with a lion? Someone's like, "That's gay." You're like, it's a totally other thing, and so a different thing.
Yeah, it is. It's gay bestiality, which like it looks bad on paper.
Yeah, yeah. That's a whole other
Beast.
That's a whole other beast.
Dude, dolphin, because a dolphin, it's all like slippery and lubed up, and it's like a Nuru massage. You know what a Nuru massage is?
No.
No.
What
kind of porn do you watch?
Not yours for sure. Oh, you want?
Well, Nuru is.
Okay.
It's like there's always like a pool floaty on the floor. Like it's like you know the floating chairs, the floating
Yeah,
chairs?
sure.
It's one of those on the floor, and it's just you just lay naked on that thing, and a hot ass bodacious lady has like big goopy oil, and she puts it all over her body, and she just like rubs herself.
Really?
On it.
I've never. I mean, I haven't been in a pool in forever, but.
Oh fuck! Shit.
Oh my god!
All right, is that the episode?
That should be, dude. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Bye.